Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Just Sports with John. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about NFL draft. So let's get right to it. So I'm going to follow this in the draft order. So if the team's not on here, it's because they don't have a first round pick. But I'm just going to stick with the order, talk about the teams in the first round who have a pick and what their needs would be. So I'm going straight down the order. So start with the Cincinnati Bengals. They're the number one pick and quarterback. I mean, everybody's already talking about Joe Burrows. I can't imagine it's going to be anybody else. There's nothing really out there that says they're going to go any other way. So I think that'll be Joe Burrows. They could use some offensive line help. There is a slight possibility that they take this pick, trade down a couple spots, get two picks, and maybe go both quarterback and offensive line. But I think it's going to be Joe Burrows, and that's going to be that. Redskins would be the second pick, and they kind of need a help in a lot of ways. Somebody could even argue quarterback in a way, but they just pulled Kyle Allen over, so I think they're going to try to work with Dwayne Haskins, have Kyle Allen help him along with Ron Rivera's and his offensive coordinator's system. So I think what we're going to see this pick be is an offensive lineman, give another body in there to help Dwayne Haskins. It could very well be a receiver as well. The Redskins, I don't feel strongly as to which way they're going to go here, but I think it'll be either offensive lineman or maybe even receiver here. The Lions have the third pick, and this could very well be the first pick. I think realistically that could be traded down. The Lions have a lot of needs: corner, defensive line, offensive line, running backs, receivers. Um, they could easily go either way. However, having just traded off Darius Slay, I would think this would be a cornerback pick. Um, it could be a defensive line, an edge, rusher, pass rusher, but I'm kind of thinking this pick will be traded, but if not, then I think it'll be replacing Darius Slay at cornerback. So next pick would be the Giants after that, and this is another team where you could trade down. I mean, you got a lot of holes to fill here. It wouldn't be surprising me if somebody came up that needed like a quarterback here. Especially if the Lions maybe didn't trade their pick, then the Giants may look to do it. But if the Giants stay, I think it's going to be offensive line. I think you're going to try to, again, you have a young quarterback there. I think you want to try to solidify that. Otherwise, it might be replacing some of the receivers that they lost or even something on defense, safety. Uh, and here we have the first of the three Dolphins picks. So I definitely think this is going to be a quarterback pick here. I can't imagine the Dolphins also are going to go any other way other than quarterback. The only way they wouldn't be getting a quarterback is if both the Lions and Giants traded their picks to quarterback needed teams, and then maybe the Dolphins go elsewhere. But I wouldn't be surprised if they still went quarterback. So I'm going to say that'll be a quarterback pick there, but they could use offensive line, linebacker, running back help as well too. After that, you got the Chargers, and again, this is another team that needs a quarterback. So I can't imagine it's going to be anything other than a quarterback pick. They could use offensive line. Obviously, they could use running back with Melvin Gordon going, but they have Austin Eckler, so I'm not sure that's going to be the case. Um, so I think that would be a quarterback pick there. This next team could easily trade down as well too. The Panthers, they need a lot of help on defense, but they could use a lot of picks. Having new head coach, losing, getting rid of their quarterback. This team could use a lot of picks for the future, but more than likely this pick will either be a linebacker, defensive lineman, maybe a cornerback, depending on how those other two positions go. But I'm pretty sure it'll be either a linebacker or defensive lineman. Um, After that, you got the Cardinals. Cardinals, I think they just need to fix their offensive line. I mean, you got a young quarterback, you got pretty good receivers, you picked up DeAndre Hopkins, so you really just need to solidify his protection to get to those weapons. I mean, you could go tight end, but there's no way you're going tight end at that high of a pick. So trade down, maybe, but I think it's pretty much going to be offensive line with that. Do two more teams here, then I'm going to do another video because this is getting a little long. I want to keep these videos a little shorter. Um, so, Jaguars. Jaguars are another team that can kind of go any way, but I think they're going to go cornerback because they need to replace AJ Bouye and Jalen Ramsey. Otherwise, their defense is going to suffer. So I think that's what that'll be. The Browns, I'm not sure where to go with the Browns. They could use more offensive line help, although they did sign Jack Conklin from the Titans. They could use defensive line help, so I'm not real sure. I think that'll be one of the first ones where we really do see best player. You know, if it's the best offensive lineman they feel, if it's the best defensive lineman they feel, best safety, best linebacker. They could go either way. Um, so those are the first 10 picks, and I'm going to do the next 10, and we'll keep these videos going. Stay tuned.